The new trailer for Heartland Season 19 episode 2 just dropped. And let me tell you, this one feels different. Heartland Season 19 episode 2 looks like it's about to hit even harder than the premiere. The aftermath of the fire still lingers, and you can feel it in every single scene. There's this strange quiet over the ranch, the kind of silence that only comes after chaos. But if you know Heartland, you know that silence never lasts long. Amy is still trying to keep everything together, her family, her daughter, and her emotions, but it's clear that she's carrying more weight than ever before. The fire might be out, but the smoke hasn't cleared yet. Amy's bond with Nathan took a big step in the last episode, but now things are about to get complicated. The trailer gives off this uneasy energy between them. You can see it in the way Amy avoids his eyes, like she's hiding something or maybe just overthinking everything. And honestly, can you blame her? After all the chaos, she's realizing that every choice she makes doesn't just affect her, it affects Lindy too. And that realization is eating her up inside. Amy's heart wants one thing, but her responsibilities are pulling her in another direction. It's the same old Amy dilemma, but this time it feels heavier. Like something's about to snap. Then there's Nathan. I said it before and I'll say it again, this guy's got the patience of a saint. He's standing by Amy's side, but you can tell he's starting to feel the distance. There's a moment in the trailer that says it all. He looks at her quietly, almost like he's waiting for her to speak, but she doesn't. And that silence? It's louder than any fight they could have. Deep down, Nathan knows something's bothering her. Maybe it's guilt, maybe it's fear, or maybe she's just scared of letting someone new all the way in. Either way, you can see Amy's heart is divided. Meanwhile, Lindy's role in this episode looks emotional, maybe even heartbreaking. After what happened in episode 1, she's not the same carefree little girl we've seen before. The fire, the fear, watching her mother run into danger, it left a mark on her. In one of the leaked clips floating around, Lindy's seen drawing something on her notebook, something that looks like her family. But Ty is there too. It's a small detail, but it says everything. She's missing him, still processing that loss. And it feels like the show is finally letting her voice those feelings out loud. It's raw, it's painful, and honestly, it's about time. Lou's presence in the trailer also stands out. She's back to being that protective sister who means well but doesn't always know when to stop. You can tell she's worried about Amy's choices, especially when it comes to Nathan. There's this scene where she's talking to someone on the phone, and her face says it all. She doesn't trust the deal Nathan's sister made. And now that business is crossing into family matters, Lou's starting to draw the line. You can feel the tension brewing. Lou's always been practical, but when she thinks Amy's making a mistake, she doesn't hold back. So it's not hard to guess where this is heading, another Heartland-style clash between love and loyalty, and the best part? We're finally seeing the ranch take center stage again. There's this shot of the Heartland sign burned around the edges, and it feels symbolic. The ranch survived the flames, but it's not untouched. Just like the people living in it, it's scarred but still standing. And that's what makes this show so powerful. It's not about perfection. It's about rebuilding after you fall apart. Every season finds a new way to remind us of that, and this one is no different. From what we've seen so far, episode 2 isn't just about cleaning up the mess left by the fire. It's about what happens when the smoke clears and people start seeing the truth they've been ignoring. Amy's truth, Lindy's truth, Lou's truth, they're all coming to the surface. And I can already tell, not everyone's going to like what they find. The trailer might only be a couple of minutes long, but it's packed with emotional clues. The looks, the pauses, the unspoken tension, everything points to an episode that's going to hit right in the heart. But here's where it gets even more interesting, those leaked scenes that fans have been buzzing about online. Some of them are short clips, some just screenshots, but they tell a story the trailer doesn't show. There's one where Amy's seen standing by a truck late at night, her face lit by headlights. Clearly emotional. She looks like she's either waiting for someone or saying goodbye. And if you've watched enough Heartland, you know moments like that never come easy. Something big's going down, something that might just change Amy's life all over again. The more you look into the trailer for Heartland Season 19 Episode 2, the clearer it becomes that this episode isn't about moving forward. It's about what happens when the past refuses to stay buried. Amy's trying to start fresh, but everything around her keeps pulling her back to what she's lost, what she's avoided, and what she's afraid to admit. And honestly, that's what makes this episode feel so powerful. It's not just about heartbreak or drama, it's about reckoning. The quiet kind that sneaks up on you when you least expect it. Amy's story this time isn't just about love or ranch life, it's about control. After all the chaos, she's trying to prove she's fine, that she's got everything handled. But deep down, she's not. She's torn between being the strong mother she wants to be for Lindy and the woman who deserves a chance at happiness with Nathan. Those two roles don't always mix well, and it's starting to show. There's this moment hinted in the leaked clips, Amy walking into the barn late at night, holding Ty's old saddle, her eyes just empty, no tears, no breakdown, just silence. You can tell she's still trying to figure out what moving on really means. Is she betraying his memory by letting someone new in? Or is she finally honoring his wish by living again? That internal conflict is what drives her through the entire episode. But the emotional storm isn't just hitting Amy, Lou's got her own battles brewing. You can practically feel her stress building up, both at work and at home. The new business deal with Nathan's sister sounded good at first, profitable, promising. Even a little ambitious, but something's off. Lou's gut tells her there's more to this deal than what's on paper. She's always been sharp when it comes to business, but this time her instincts are personal. It's not just about money, it's about family. She sees Amy falling for Nathan, while his sister is out there making moves that could easily harm the Heartland ranch. It's a conflict of interest if there ever was one. And Lou's not the type to sit back and watch things crumble. You can already sense that she's going to confront Amy not out of jealousy or control, but out of fear that Amy's trusting the wrong people again. Meanwhile, there's Lindy, the emotional heartbeat of this entire season. The more I think about it, the more I realize how much her perspective changes the tone of the story. She's old enough now to understand when something's wrong, even if the adults around her pretend everything's fine. That's what makes her moments in this episode so gut-wrenching. She's not just reacting anymore, she's observing, questioning, remembering. The leaked clip of her drawing with Ty in it isn't just nostalgia. It's her way of keeping him close while the world around her changes too fast. And when Nathan steps in to help her at school, because yes, it seems like she'll be facing a difficult situation there, it's going to be the turning point. The moment Lindy sees Nathan as more than just her mom's friend. Now, let's talk about Nathan for a second. I know some fans still don't trust him completely. They think he's too perfect, too calm, too good to be true, and honestly, I get it. Heartland has a way of giving us characters that seem perfect only to reveal their flaws later. But with Nathan, it feels deeper. The guy's clearly carrying something. You can see it in how he speaks, the way he avoids certain topics, and how defensive he gets when his sister's name comes up. That's not just a coincidence, that's a hint. I think the writers are setting up a reveal, maybe about his past or his family. That could flip everything upside down. Because if there's one thing Heartland loves, it's showing us that even good people have secrets. And speaking of secrets, those leaked scenes have fans losing their minds online, and for good reason. One of the most talked about ones shows Amy arguing with someone near the fence line. And people are convinced it's Lou. The lighting's dim. The sound's muffled, but you can hear Lou's tone, frustrated, emotional, almost desperate. And Amy's not backing down either. You can feel years of sisterly tension coming to a boil. Lou accuses her of being blinded by love, saying something like you're risking everything Dad built for someone you barely know. And Amy snaps back, telling her she's tired of being told what to do with her life. If that clip's real, we're looking at one of the most explosive sister confrontations since the early seasons. But there's something else that really caught my eye. Toward the end of the trailer, there's a blink and you miss it shot of a letter, crumpled, half-burned, sitting on Amy's table. Fans are already speculating that it's from Nathan's sister. Maybe something that reveals her true motives. Some say it's about a land deal, others think it's something personal involving Nathan himself. Whatever it is, it's clear that letter's going to spark something major. Because you don't tease a moment like that unless it's meant to shake things up. And here's what's even crazier, the tone of the entire trailer changes after that shot. The music slows down, the lighting fades. And you can almost feel Amy realizing that not everyone she trusts deserves that trust. It's like the episode's entire message is hidden in that moment. You can't rebuild your life on a foundation that's cracked. And maybe, just maybe, Amy's about to find out that the people closest to her aren't all being honest. So yeah, episode 2 isn't just another emotional ride, it's the calm before another storm. The flames might have gone out in episode 1, but the real fire's just starting to burn. The kind that doesn't destroy land, it destroys trust. The more I think about it, the clearer it becomes. Heartland Season 19 Episode 2 isn't just continuing the story. It's exposing what's been hiding underneath for a long time. The trailer gives us pieces, the leaks fill in the gaps, and when you put them together, you start to see the bigger picture forming. Something's shifting in Heartland. The peace we saw after the fire? It's temporary. That's just the surface calm before things start breaking apart from within. And it's not just about Amy and Nathan anymore. It's the entire family. Everyone's being tested this time. Loyalty, love, patience, all of it's on the line. Amy, as usual, stands in the middle of it all. You can see it written on her face in nearly every frame. She's trying to move forward, but every step she takes pulls her into another storm. There's one moment in particular that stands out, a brief shot of her sitting on the porch, staring into the distance as the sun sets behind her. It's quiet, but that silence feels heavy, like her thoughts are louder than words. You can tell she's questioning everything, her choices, her timing, and whether she's even ready for this new chapter. Nathan brings peace to her life, but he also brings problems she never asked for. And honestly, that's the tragedy of it all. Amy deserves happiness, but happiness always seems to come with a cost in Heartland. Nathan, on the other hand, is about to face his own reckoning. Up to now, he's been the calm one, the steady hand, the guy who steps up when everything's falling apart. But in episode 2, he won't be able to hide behind that calm anymore. Those leaked clips hint that his sister's deal is finally starting to show its cracks. There's talk that part of their land deal includes territory that used to belong to a family connected to Heartland, which immediately raises red flags. Lou finds out first, of course, and when she confronts Nathan about it, he looks blindsided. But the question is, was he really in the dark? Or has he been trying to cover it up to protect his sister? That's the tension episode 2 seems to be building. And that's what makes it so suspenseful. Because this isn't about villains and heroes anymore, it's about decisions. Nathan might not be a bad guy, but even good people make mistakes that leave lasting damage. And Amy's heart might push her to forgive him, but Lou won't. You can already feel that division coming. That unspoken line being drawn between them, family versus love, truth versus loyalty. The last time we saw the sisters at odds like this, it took episodes to mend it. But this time, it feels deeper. It's not just disagreement, it's distrust. Now let's talk about Lindy again. Because she's going to be the emotional center of all this. The trailer gives us small glimpses. Lindy standing near the barn, watching Amy and Nathan from afar. She's curious but unsure, like she's trying to figure out how this new man fits into their world. And then comes the moment everyone's been whispering about, the school event. According to leaks, Lindy finds herself in a tough spot. Maybe bullied or embarrassed by something involving her family. It's Nathan who steps in, helping her, defending her, being there when she needs it most. That's the moment her guard starts to drop. She starts to see Nathan not as someone replacing her dad, but as someone willing to protect her. And that, right there, could be the moment that changes everything for Amy too. Because once Lindy starts warming up to Nathan, Amy's excuses start to fall apart. She can't hide behind timing or fear anymore. If her daughter is ready to open up, what's she still running from? But just as Amy starts to find that courage, the storm with Lou and Nathan's sister hits full force. Timing has never been Amy's friend, and episode 2 will make that painfully clear. Lou, meanwhile, will be facing her own set of problems. The deal she's been holding together with pure determination is now hanging by a thread. There's a scene that fans caught from the leaked footage. Lou sitting in her office late at night, staring at documents, her face pale, her eyes tired. The camera pans down, and you can see her hand shaking as she realizes something's terribly wrong. The numbers don't add up, the signatures don't match, and suddenly, the entire project looks like a trap. That's when she decides to confront Nathan's sister directly. And from what's been teased, that confrontation won't be pretty. Heartland has always been great at slow burns, building tension bit by bit until it finally explodes. That's exactly what episode 2 feels like it's setting up. Every character's on edge, every storyline feels like it's one spark away from igniting. And you can sense that by the time the episode ends, something irreversible will happen. It might be between Amy and Nathan, or maybe between Lou and Amy. But someone's walking away hurt. Another small but powerful detail that fans caught from the trailer is Tim. Yeah, we haven't talked much about him yet, but don't think he's just sitting on the sidelines. There's a quick shot of him talking to Jack, his expression serious, even worried. Some fans think he's already caught wind of what's going on with the land deal, and he's trying to figure out how to warn Amy without causing more drama. Tim's always been that character who jumps into things headfirst, especially when it comes to protecting his family. So if he finds out Lou and Amy are about to go to war, you can bet he'll step in, and that's where things might really start to spiral. What I love most about this setup is how grounded it feels. This isn't flashy drama, it's emotional realism. Every reaction feels earned, every silence means something. It's the kind of storytelling that makes Heartland so addictive. You start off thinking you're watching a show about horses and family, and suddenly you're knee-deep in emotional chaos that feels way too real. So yeah, episode 2 is shaping up to be one of those episodes people will talk about for weeks. Not because of a shocking death or a wild twist, but because of how real it feels. The kind of episode that hits your emotions before you even realize it. The fire may have started outside in episode 1, but now, it's burning inside every single character. And the scariest part? Nobody knows how to put it out. By the time Heartland Season 19 episode 2 really hits its midpoint, things start getting messy in ways no one was ready for. The cracks in everyone's relationships, Amy and Nathan, Lou and Amy. Even Lou and her own sense of control start widening fast. The trailer gives away just enough to make you nervous. But it's the leaked footage that really paints the picture. It's not just a normal family argument this time. It's a full-on emotional collision that's been building for years. And now it's finally ready to explode. Amy is caught in the middle of everything. She's trying to be the peacemaker, but for once, her calm voice isn't enough to hold the pieces together. She's torn between protecting the man she loves and respecting the sister who's been by her side through every tragedy. The pressure's suffocating her. You can see it in her face in those leaked close-up shots. Her eyes say one thing, but her words say another. Amy's the kind of person who's always tried to carry everyone else's pain while hiding her own. But episode 2 makes it clear she can't do that anymore. The truth's coming for her. And no amount of gentle smiles or reassuring words can stop it this time. The turning point seems to come when Lou finally confronts Nathan's sister. And honestly, it feels like something straight out of a classic Heartland blow-up. Lou's never been one to sugarcoat things, and this time she's even more fired up than usual. According to some of the leaked dialogue floating around, Lou accuses her of manipulating the deal, twisting the terms to benefit her own ranch at Heartland's expense. Nathan's sister denies it, of course, but her tone apparently shifts halfway through. Like she's not as innocent as she wants everyone to believe. And then comes the worst part. Nathan walks in right in the middle of it. The shock on his face says it all. That's when everything really starts to unravel. Nathan's caught between his sister and the woman he loves. He tries to defend both, but it's impossible. You can feel the weight of that choice crushing him. He tells Amy something like, "You have to believe me, I didn't know." But Amy doesn't respond right away. It's one of those long, painful silences that Heartland does so well, where the pause hurts more than the words ever could. She wants to believe him, you can tell she does, but her trust has already been shaken. Once that happens, it's hard to rebuild, and meanwhile, Lou's frustration spills over. She tells Amy straight up that she's letting her emotions cloud her judgment. She doesn't mean to hurt her, but that's exactly what happens. Amy fires back, telling her sister she's tired of being treated like she can't make her own decisions. And that's when you realize this isn't just about Nathan. It's about years of unspoken resentment. About Lou always trying to take charge and Amy always being expected to follow along. That tension finally snaps here and neither of them holds back. Lou storms off, Amy's left shaking. And Nathan's standing there realizing he might have just caused the one thing he was trying to prevent, a split in the family. And if all that isn't enough, the emotional intensity spills over into Lindy's world too. The poor kid's been picking up on all the tension and it's starting to wear her down. In one leaked clip, she's seen sitting alone outside, hugging the picture of her and Ty again. That image hits harder now because it shows that while the adults are fighting their battles, she's just trying to hold onto the only stability she's ever known, her dad's memory. But something interesting happens next. Nathan finds her there, sits beside her without saying much. He doesn't try to replace her father or give her a lecture. He just listens. And that simple act, just sitting with her, starts breaking down those walls between them. It's the first time we see Lindy truly let her guard down around him. Back at the ranch, though, things keep spiraling. The trust that once held everyone together feels thinner than ever. Jack, being the quiet observer he always is, starts noticing the shift. You can bet he's going to step in soon. He's seen this pattern before, families breaking apart because of pride and misunderstanding. And if anyone can remind them what Heartland really stands for, it's Jack. I wouldn't be surprised if episode 2 ends with one of his signature heart-to-heart talks, the kind that makes you tear up without even realizing it. But this time, it might not be enough to fix things. The damage might already be done. Another detail fans have been debating is a short, tense clip that shows Amy driving alone down a dark road, her face pale, eyes full of tears. No dialogue, no context, just raw emotion. Something she's leaving to clear her head after the argument. Others believe she's going to see someone, maybe Nathan, to end things for good. The mystery around that moment has the fandom buzzing, because it looks like the exact kind of emotional cliffhanger Heartland loves to leave us with. That kind of scene where you're yelling at the screen, waiting for next week to finally come. And let's not forget the business angle. Lou's decisions will have consequences. The deal's integrity is falling apart, and once word gets out, it's going to ripple through the community. That's what Heartland does best. It shows how one choice doesn't just affect one person. It spreads. The ranch, the town, the family, they're all connected. When one falls, they all shake. And episode 2 looks like it's setting up that exact kind of chain reaction. By the end of this episode, you can almost guarantee that nothing will be the same again. Amy will have to choose between protecting her peace and fighting for her love. Lou will be forced to face the reality that sometimes doing the right thing hurts the people you care about most. And Nathan, well, he'll learn the hard way that no matter how good your intentions are, truth always finds its way out. It's the kind of episode that reminds you why Heartland's been running for nearly 2 decades. Because it's not afraid to show that healing isn't simple. It's messy. It's painful. And it always costs something. So yeah, if episode 1 was about survival, episode 2 is about aftermath. The kind that doesn't fade with time but leaves marks that stay forever. And the way things are going, Heartland might just be stepping into one of its most emotional storylines yet. By the time Heartland Season 19 Episode 2 comes to a close, everything we thought was stable starts to crack. The calm, the peace, the sense of family, it all feels fragile now. The episode doesn't explode with action, it cuts deep with emotion. It's not about who's right or wrong anymore. It's about how much truth people can handle before everything falls apart. Amy, Lou, Nathan, they're all standing on the edge of something big. Something that's about to change Heartland forever. Amy's arc in this episode feels personal and raw. She's always been the strong one, the one who holds everyone else together. But now, she's realizing she can't keep carrying everyone's pain without breaking a little herself. The fire might have burned down trees, but this is burning through her heart. By the end, she's forced to make a choice. Either she trusts Nathan and gives their relationship a real chance, or she walks away before it destroys everything she's built. And from the look in her eyes in that final trailer shot, she's torn right down the middle. It's that kind of pain you can't fix overnight, it lingers. Nathan's journey takes a heavy turn too. He's finally facing the truth about his sister's actions. And it's clear he feels guilty for not seeing it sooner. You can tell he's desperate to make things right. But sometimes even the most genuine apologies come too late. There's a quick moment in the leaked footage where Nathan's seen alone near the stables, punching the side of a post in frustration. It's short, but it says everything. He's angry at himself, not just for losing Amy's trust, but for letting the people he loves down. He's been trying so hard to prove he belongs at Heartland. But now he might be the reason it's falling apart. Lou, on the other hand, looks like she's finally realizing that protecting everyone can do more harm than good. She wanted to keep the ranch safe, but in doing that, she's pushed Amy away. The trailer gives us a quiet glimpse of her sitting in her office, staring at a photo of the two of them from years ago. That one shot says it all. No yelling, no words, just regret. It's one of those subtle Heartland moments that hit you harder than any big scene. You know Lou wants to fix things, but pride's still in the way. Lindy remains the light in the middle of all this darkness. Her innocence brings a kind of truth the adults keep avoiding. There's a small but powerful moment, Lindy running into Amy's arms after her school event, whispering something like, "I'm glad you came." That single line might be what pulls Amy back from her breaking point. Because no matter how complicated things get, that bond between mother and daughter is still the heart of Heartland. It reminds Amy that love isn't about perfection, it's about showing up. As the episode winds down, you can feel the weight of what's coming next. The trailer fades with Amy walking back toward the ranch house at sunset, her face calm but uncertain. It's that kind of ending that doesn't give you answers, it gives you questions. Is she going to forgive Nathan? Will Lou make things right? And what will happen to the Heartland Ranch if this deal really collapses? Every storyline feels unfinished, and that's what makes it so gripping. Heartland's always been about the quiet aftermaths, not the explosions. Episode 2 feels like it's setting the stage for something bigger, something that's not just about romance or family drama, but legacy. What Heartland stands for, what it survives, and what it loses along the way. You can tell the writers are building toward a major emotional payoff. And if this is just the second episode, then what's coming next might be one of the most powerful arcs we've seen in years. So, if you thought episode 1 was intense, episode 2 is going to shake you up in ways you don't see coming. It's raw, it's emotional, and it reminds you exactly why Heartland still has people hooked after 19 seasons. Because it doesn't just tell stories, it makes you feel them. And whatever happens next, one thing's clear, Heartland isn't slowing down anytime soon.